Good morning, everybody. Karibuni. I think we'll start. Perhaps we'll have people joining us, as yesterday we noticed people are joining a little later. Let us kickstart the meeting. I'll begin by introducing myself and the SFAC members who are present. We have with us present Winnie Taylor, the chair lady of the Spa Wellness Association, myself as the secretary of the Spa Wellness Association Kenya. My name is Lucy. Winnie, you can say hello to people. You're muted.
Oops. Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us. I'm excited. I don't want to talk much. I want to give you the space to say stuff. And every so often you see me look at the phone, reminding guys to join so that all those questions that keep coming up can be brought on here as well. And even as we do this, I think guys should feel free to indicate on the chat side where you are joining us from.
So I'll start off by introducing why we're here today and making the presentation. And then once I'm finished, we'll have a question and answer session. So if you cannot, if you wish to ask any questions, kindly wait until the end. Just put them down somewhere or put them on the chat. We shall be tracking them to make sure that we are able to answer what we can. If we do not answer today, please be aware we shall get back to the answers. If we have an answer that is not within us at the moment, we'll be able to respond to that as well. Today we shall also display our website as we get to that section of the membership. We will also be able to give you more links to join our platforms. We're on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram as well. Karibuni. And in order for me to start, I want first of all to go a little bit backward with something we call what the wellness industry is about, and understanding why we have contacted each one of us to know where you sort of lie in within this wellness industry. The wellness industry is a big industry and it has different areas or different sections that people fall under that ambit. This is facts and figures from the Global Wellness Institute, which handles the industry globally and gets all the information that we use as facts for the industry. The Global Wellness Institute was able to assess the industry by 2020 before COVID, and it puts the global economy of wellness at 4.5 trillion. That is how big this business is. And what does that mean? It has 11 sectors so far identified. We have the personal care and beauty, which is a $955 billion business. When I talk about the numbers, it's in dollar form. We have the health and eating, nutrition and weight loss, which is a $946 billion business. Physical activity, which is a keep fit, the gym, is a $738 billion business. Fall under the wellness tourism. This is a $436 billion business, and it is growing as we go on. Traditional and complementary medicine is at $413 billion. The public health and prevention and personalized medicine is at that $375 billion business. Wellness in the real estate, $275 billion. The mental wellness, $131 billion business. And then us, the big chunk in Kenya, we know ourselves as the spas. We're at $68 billion business level. You can see there's so much room to grow in that area. Workplace wellness, $49 billion, and thermal and mineral springs at $39 billion business worldwide. So to zoom in on to who we are and why spas, what is the spa industry and how do we define the spa industry? The Global Wellness Institute defines spas as an establishment that promotes wellness through the provision of therapeutic and other professional services aimed at renewing the body, mind, and spirit. I'll repeat that. The Global Wellness Institute defines spas as establishments that promote wellness through the provision of therapeutic and other professional services aimed at renewing the body, mind, and spirit. Most consumers and industry experts would agree that at its core, no matter its size, form, or business model, a spa is an establishment that focuses on wellness. The concepts of wellness, the healing traditions drawn upon, and the therapeutic techniques applied differ dramatically across nations and types of spas. Spa facilities typically offer a wide variety of services. Age, for example, massages, facials, body treatments, salon services, water-based treatments, health assessments, and more, as well as sales and related products. That is why we have come together under the umbrella of spas and wellness association. So we all fall under this bracket. Each one of us has a little bit of something here that they offer. So once we understand that background, we can now come to our local situation and give a little bit of the background about the Spa Wellness Association, when it was started. In fact, the journey started in 2014. At 2014, the business of the spa industry, we had a Spa Wellness Association Africa who came to Kenya to initiate the project of having an association within Africa. And within Africa, we have many countries, Kenya being one of them. They came to Kenya and they kickstarted off that process. We were then able to meet with the government, who advised us that in order for us to be recognized by the government, we needed to form an association of Kenya. And that is how the Spa Wellness Association Kenya began the journey of forming this association. A few individuals who were working closely with the Spa Wellness Association Africa got together and said, you know what, if we need to organize ourselves, we need to really push this agenda. And so by 2022, we were able to have registered ourselves. So we are registered as of January 2022. So we have also been able to be given recognition by the Tourism Sector Association, the Tourism Regulatory Authority. We're collaborating with them. We have already done we've already developed the wellness industry standards for the country, which is fantastic. We did that in March 2020. Yes, work started a little earlier. You know, I said from 2014. So Spa Wellness Association Kenya did some work with the Tourism Regulatory Authority, and we have our national spa and wellness standards already done. We are waiting for them to be approved, to be rolled out into the industry. So that is part of the work that also the association will be doing in collaboration with the Tourism Regulatory Authority. And the steering committee members have dedicated their time ensuring that all legal requirements of the association are in place to be able to start these operations. And I think most of you have visited our website. We have shared with you the website. You know Winnie, who is with us today. She is the chairperson. I am the secretary. We also have Jazz, who we call Jaznel. She's the treasurer. We have Winnie. We have Lucy Quibita, who is also a steering member. She is based in Mombasa and works with the Serena Group. We also have Alfreda, who is also an owner of an establishment and is our legal advisor because she's got the background of law. So here we are. That's a little bit of the background of how we started to evolve as an association, just in case people are wondering, who are these people? Please note, this association does not belong to the steering committee members or the individuals who started. It belongs to the association. It belongs to each one of us. And when you say each one of us, it means in order for us to have a voice under one umbrella and to really be heard by the government and to make a change, we need to form an association and we need to be members. So you can only be heard when we belong to this association as members. So we'll be looking at our membership and we'll talk a little bit more about it a little later. So let's go down to who are we? When we say we are the Spa Wellness Association Kenya, who are we? We are the official umbrella in the industry who will be the voice for the industry and who are within our sector. Anybody who has a day spa or is working within a day spa, you belong to the wellness. You can join as a member. The club spas, salon and spas, beauty clinic and spas, destination spas and health resorts, and also those spas that are out in the campsite lodges. We do know that for the longest time they've not been known, but I think in Africa, this will be an area that is going to be new and they need to fall under a certain umbrella. So if you have a spa or you say that you have a spa within your lodge or camp, you can actually join this association. The hotel resorts and spas, even the standalone spas, hotels, if they do have them, wellness centers, medical spas that integrate spa services. Please note, medical spas that integrate spa services. We also have other types of spas, such as the mobile ones. You know, there are those people who say they do freelance massages. They fall under the mobile spas. We have airports, cruise ships, and then those who work with the historical or cultural-based facilities. Also, those fall under the wellness umbrella. Of course, I know the question lies here with those who also provide us those amenities, those who provide us, and we call them suppliers or vendors. They are also included within this association. Another area, which is the education aspect, which we've not mentioned here, but they also become members. And then you have the individuals as well. So that is going to be seen in the website. Maybe we can display the website now. So the question is, why is it important to be a member of an association? Associations are created to establish, to strengthen and unite any working force who have a common goal in their profession. So that is our purpose. Why do we actually why did we think of establishing this association? It's because we want to be stronger together. The more you're together, the stronger you are. The more our voice shall be heard when we go out there and advocate for change within the industry. If we are to present any matter to the government and we would like to see change, we cannot do it individually, and they don't work with individuals. They always work with an association or a body or entity that is established and legally registered. Joining professional association. What is the importance of joining a professional association? One is to receive accurate and prompt information about the industry. Two, advocacy. What does that mean by advocacy? It means that the professional's interest be brought effectively to the government particularly, and also media. And we know why this is important. If we are able to present ourselves within the public, and we hope that we can be able to have good networking with the government and the media, I think the perception of this industry will begin to transform. So this association, that is me, you, every one of us who will join this association, we will be able to speak with one voice. We will be able to follow certain standards. And please remember, these standards are not things we've created. These standards already existed within the international forum. There are standards that already exist out there. We are borrowing those standards and saying we would like to have the same standards so that we can be put on the same platform as any professional, whether in Kenya or out there. So when we talk about those standards and we ask the members to actually adhere to those standards, we are saying in general is, if I'm able to abide by those standards or adhere by those standards, I'm also able to adhere by those standards if I was to be employed outside of Kenya. The other thing is we are able to advocate and lobby the government when we require resources. Sometimes we are also able to lobby the government to be able to hear us when we would like to make a change in terms of our remuneration. And I know this subject will be big. It will be a subject that we shall be consulting together and hearing what every one of us is saying and what we are saying we would like to get to be remunerated, because I know this is one of the big contention in terms of the pay package that we get as in the industry. Public relation. This is a big area. We talked a little bit about the media. What does that mean for us? We shall be able to put out a certain image out there. We shall be able to network with the media for them to be able to clean up our image, to be able to say, you know what, this is who the spa wellness industry professionals are. Again, it will be very important that when you join as an association member, you will also need to adhere to the code of ethics. That is very, very important. If you do not abide by the code of ethics, it means then we cannot have you as an individual associating with us and you're not abiding by the code of ethics. So it's important for us to follow those guidelines and the code of ethics wherever we are. We represent the industry. So wherever you get deployed, if you're an employed person, wherever you are offering these services within your establishment, if you own an establishment, if you own a company, please adhere by the code of ethics. Please follow the guidelines that shall be given to you when you join to be a member. It is for our own good. We are our own ambassadors of us. What is the work ahead for this association? The big one is enrolling and registering of all those individuals, establishments that fall under the spa and wellness. The stakeholders under this area, they could be you are either owning an establishment, you are a worker within there, you are an educator, you are a student who is already beginning the journey of entering into this industry, you are a supplier and you supply either products, you supply equipment, you supply anything that is required. The next one is establishing a quality assurance mark of the Spa and Wellness Association. As an association, we are having every one of us abiding by the code of ethics and adhering to a guideline. When you join to be a member, you are given a certification for the establishment. As an individual, you as every establishment and every individual will get a registration, you will get a number, an identity number. When you receive that identity number, it remains with you forever and you'll be renewing it all the time. If you say, for instance, you join today, your expiry will be 1 year down the road as of the time of joining. Please note, if you do not renew a membership, we will suspend your number or your membership until the renewal time. What is the other thing we shall be doing as an association? We shall be rolling out in our wellness standards, which we're calling the National Spa and Wellness Standards, in collaboration with the Tourism and Regulatory Authority. This process will begin anytime soon. I mean, we've already done part one. We are now going to, I think in the next 2 months, we will begin now going to the ground. And when we get the members as well, we shall begin to roll out this process of wellness. Another thing we shall be doing as well is establishing a classification system of the industry. And so when you apply for your membership, kindly do give us information that we ask you to give so that we are able to begin this process of classification. Another area we shall handle, and we've talked about it a little bit, we shall establish a good public relationship with the media and ensure marketing of the industry and the professionalism of the industry is well established. So we can remove this notion from the public of who we are. The appropriate professional image will be known by the public. So we will be working very closely with the media. We already have some good networks, and we hope to continue with that relationship and build onto it. The other work that lies ahead of us is establishing a Spa and Wellness Association curriculum for Kenya, which would be nationally adapted. This will be a curriculum that will be able to add on to what you get out there within the institutions. For example, if you were to do this curriculum under the umbrella of the Spa and Wellness Association, and you wanted to go and do your examination or to add on a certificate within a certain establishment or institute that offers that curriculum, you can do so. But also the Spa and Wellness Association will be offering a certification as well when you get to do that curriculum. We shall also be establishing on a continuous basis awareness programs, building capacity programs. Of course, when you become a member, the question you ask yourself is, so what do I get out of this? How do I improve myself? We will provide a lot of programs collaboratively with each other to see how we build the capacity of the individuals within the industry. And of course, we shall also be establishing the SPA Awards in Kenya. Why is that important? It will be very important for us to begin to understand as an establishment, even as spas themselves, we begin to see whether we are conforming to the standards, how well we're doing. And so the SPA Awards, we hope in the next 2 years, we shall be able to establish the Kenya SPA Awards as well, be able to try and bring in global network forums in Kenya when we are able to. Of course, that will take a while, but that is definitely one of the goals, that we can also be able to host a global network forum in Kenya. And the big one that I mentioned earlier on, we will lobby for remuneration guidelines for the spa and wellness industry with the government. This is an area we will need to consult together and be able to come up with an agreed guideline of what we feel this industry really deserves to be remunerated. And then we can put the proposal forward and see how it shall unfold. So what does the organization look like in the next 3 years? So there will be a spa and wellness committee with a board member of between 5 to 7. There'll be a CEO who will be the chief executive officer and will be overseeing the secretariat. There'll be a treasury with a finance coordinator who will be handling all the finance matters. There'll be a membership coordinator, so we'll have a department, an individual who will be following through membership registration, application, renewals. There'll be that department, there'll be that coordinator. There'll be the education and programs coordinator. There'll be a SPA Awards and event coordinator and a marketing and public relation coordinator. We will also have advocacy and legal coordination within the secretariat. So in the next 3 years, those are the key areas we hope to establish and to be able to see the secretariat can offer those services with those individuals in place. And please note, this cannot happen by magic. It is by all of us participating. That means we are able to all say, I am part and parcel of this association. And how do I become a person who participates in this association? How does my voice get to be heard? By joining our membership. A big one, I know there's an area that I have not mentioned, but I think it's important to mention. We do hear complaints from individuals. Who is going to handle the complaints? And I think as we grow, there will be a section that will be incorporated to begin to handle the complaints of the industry and to be able to resolve those complaints between individuals and employees, or within the individuals themselves. So that is another area that we shall grow to. That will be on a phase 2 basis. So first, we need to establish this secretariat. It needs to be seen to be able to handle its work, and then we move on. I think when we look at the association, together with the steering committee members, we have almost a 10-year plan, but we are taking it bite by bite. And so for the first 3 years, that is the work that we hope to have set up in the next 3 years together. I think I come to the end of our presentation, and I'll ask Winnie, the chair, to add on anything I might have left out before we open the session for questions.
Okay, thank you, Lucy, very much. As always, you've covered in details everything and anything that needs to be said. I think just to break it down in very few words, is every time in the industry, every time we got together, socially, when we've met professionally, we've all had complaints about the state of our industry in the country. And this is why, and the conversation of the association is a conversation that has taken place for so long. So it's really, guys, that we've just put this together now, and it is time to get together and get started. So I think by joining, you get to have your voice heard. By joining, you get to influence the industry. By joining, you get to leave a legacy for our country, and so that we can finally professionalize this industry. It's not any different, and it shouldn't be any different from what happens the rest of the world. So really my appeal to you is now we stop complaining on the side, we stop giving ideas on the side, we come in, bring in the complaints, find the solutions to it, and most importantly, to keep the communication going. So your joining, your participation is very, very important. Just to mention, you don't have to wait until, like Lucy said, you don't have to wait until the launch for you to join. You're welcome to start joining now. Come on, guys, let's do it. And as soon as you join, as soon as you start, putting your ideas and suggestions into place. And even as we work towards the official launch, so that we can get started. So a very exciting time for me, so that we can get to do this. So we can finally stop talking and saying about the things you're not happy about. Let's turn this industry into something we'll be happy to stay in. So welcome, and let's join. And I think at this point, Lucy had mentioned, for those who've joined us late, if you have any questions, suggestions, comments, please put it in the chat, so that we're putting them together to ensure that we can answer you. Those who already feel like you have a burning idea, you don't want to wait until you join, we want to give in as a suggestion of what you'd want to see your membership achieve for you, please put that in the chat as well, so that we can address. So Lucy, over back to you.
Thank you, Winnie. And I think I will be quiet now. It's time for questions, comments, suggestions. I'll take a back seat. I've spoken more than enough. Let's hear from the panel. I think we shall bring the session to a close. We had given it up to 12:30. We have said everything we needed to say within a good time frame. Thank you so much for taking the time to attend. Thank you so much for asking the questions. Please send your questions or join us on our platforms, as we said earlier on, our social media, our Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those social media, because that is the way to go nowadays. People speak a lot there. And, I'm looking forward to this. I'm excited as well. We are all excited. Let's make a change, all of us. Winnie?
That's it. Thank you, everybody. See you on the other side of the website as we get to interact as members and as we make these changes. Thank you so much. Great meeting all of you. And yes, let's make the industry what we want it to be. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Good day.